sweet sounds of Elia Brood leading us into the Windsor scene. This is our season one finale.
I can't believe this. A whole year has gone by.
We got 14 episodes out this year, which pretty proud of.
Yeah, it's more than one a month.
Yeah.
And
And
look at all the artists that we've been able to feature so far, and just such a what seems like a short amount of time. It's been a long time, but there's
yeah.
been so much talent across so many different spectrum, genres, everything. Like, I'm so proud of you guys. I'm so proud of us. I'm so proud of you listeners for tuning in.
High fives
All
all
around.
around. I'd like to thank each and every one of you. Thank you, 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 thank you.
Doctor, doctor, doctor.
Doctor, doctor, doctor.
So we got a
Uh,
special one.
we do. We it was meant to be a singular episode, but we kind of snuck in an interview last minute that we felt we had to bang out and get in as well. So it's going to be a bonus episode today. We got two interviews.
For
The
the
first,
price of one.
yes, and before we get to that, I am Jamie Greer, your host. And to my right, your left, or the upside down, Randy Irving.
Hey, again, everybody, thanks for tuning in. I also want to introduce the man behind the board who's always making sure everything's sounding nice and tight for you guys, Mr. Swiss Army Mike.
Hello, hello, hello. I am here. And I am in the clear.
We did it, 14 episodes. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty.
People have to understand that we started from the absolute ground up with no podcast experience, and some of you were like, "No shit."
Yeah.
uh,
We're having a lot of fun doing it, though.
but we had a lot of fun learning. Like we were just saying off mic that we learned a lot of skills along this way, and we're glad you stuck around. Uh, and the check's in the
Stick
mail.
around. Who's writing that?
Who? The
The
checks?
check. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, no idea. I wish.
So donations can be made to Randy at Gmail.
Yeah. So our first guests, uh, Mr. Dave Mueller from Huron Lines. These boys are playing this weekend, Friday, opening up for Salt of the Chief Cornerstone, who great to see are back together.
What a freaking treat. If you're not familiar with Zelko the Chief Cornerstone, they are a two-piece, just phenomenon. Not to take away from Huron Lines, of course, and how entertaining they are and how great their show's going to be, but if this is a
Absolutely.
killer lineup for just a two-band lineup, you're going to get your money's worth.
Yes, you are. And we had a chance to have a quick talk with Dave from Huron Lines, and we're gonna start off with an early track of theirs, "Lonely Lover," before we get down and dirty with Dave on the Windsor scene.
The podcast.
Welcome back to the Windsor scene. I've got in the studio with me here Dave Mueller, the lead singer in Huron Lines. Dave, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me. Happy to be here.
So for those that don't know you guys have been around about 5 years. Sort of
Yes, yep. 20. Well, our first release was in 2021, but we kind of started playing in 2020. But that was a weird time to be starting a band.
It was. Yeah, a lot it seemed a lot of bands ended during COVID, but you're one of the phoenixes that rose from the ashes and brought new life to the scene.
Well, appreciate you saying that. I mean, yeah, we were lucky. We were able to find a way to keep making music during that time. The stars kind of aligned where we were all in a place where we could come together kind of regularly, and we just kind of pushed as hard as we could to make music, and ended up putting out 2 records kind of during COVID. Kind of launched this whole band during that time.
I mean, for those that don't know you, that might even just know of you guys, but not realize that you guys have a pretty good pedigree of past projects. I mean, Granger Harris, the lead guitarist, and Brando, RJ Brando, uh, Silent Movie Type, who had a great run as well, and then you, of course, were in Full White Drag many moons ago.
Mm-hmm.
Um, how did you guys all get together? How did you guys come together on this project?
Yeah, and I think it's worth mentioning too, like Nick, our drummer, he was in Godhead and
Oh yes,
Spine and Transvestite and then Androne. So yeah,
those are all heavyweight bands too.
yeah, we have kind of a lot of different little time periods in the
Hmm.
Windsor rock scene kind of covered over the last, 25 years for sure, 30
Yeah.
years really. So yeah, I mean, we really actually came together originally in another band that we had in the early 2010s, 2000 to say 2010 to 2000, like 13, 14, called Club Thunderbolt.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
yeah, that's kind of how we came together. That was a project we did that I kind of started with Kip Van Kuren, also from Godhead and
Hmm.
Spine. And he brought Nick into the fold as a drummer. I think Granger was loitering down the hall and started playing bass, I think, originally, and then started playing guitar. And at that time, we had a jam space on Edna that I think it was 50 Watt was in there. We had a long period of time where we were sharing space with 50 Watt head.
Nice.
And yeah, then we ended up on Walker. One of them burned down. That's a
Yeah.
whole other story. But
Yeah.
yeah, there's some folklore around town about that. But nonetheless, yeah, that's how this group came together. And we actually played, I think, at least one show without a bass player. I was playing like a baritone guitar, and then Granger was playing lead guitar. Kip was singing, and then we realized, oh, we should get a bass player. And I think right around that time, Granger started playing with Silent Movie Type, amazing band. And I think he just asked Justin if he could ever want to come out, and he started coming out. And then he had so much, not just an amazing bass player, but amazing songwriter and an incredible vocalist.
Yeah.
So, he came into the fold kind of, we already had a bunch of songs written with Club Thunderbolt. He was on the recording we did over in Detroit. We put that out. We were kind of in a good spot, but then, yeah, we put out a record, and it just kind of life kind of took over for a little while, and the band kind of faded away, as they tend to do sometimes. But
Yeah.
everyone stayed on good terms. And then Nick at that time moved to Montreal for 5 or 6 years. And when he came back, and say around 2019, I had just finished building like a little music room at my house, and he reached out like, "Hey, if you ever want to jam," and I was like, "Wow, it's funny you mentioned that. I have a space. We don't have to like go find some empty warehouse in the back of some factory somewhere. We can just do it right here." So I had that at that point. I had a ton of ideas, kind of, that I'd been working on for a few years, and we just started right into it. And Nick and I are very like kind of efficient in how we work together, and kind of writing songs, and we got going quickly, and then Granger started coming out, and then Justin was up for coming out. So yeah, and then we just kind of made a commitment, at this age. I think a lot of people in their 30s, 40s, they build up hobbies or whatever, and they figure out a way like, oh, every week I go and play hockey with my buddies, or every week I go and golf, or go to shoot bowl, whatever they do, like shoot darts or something, but they find a way to do something. So we just said, well, what if we did that with this band, so like every Monday at 9 you got to be here.
Yeah.
And we just did that for like months and months and months, and then it became Mondays and Wednesdays at 9, kind of put the kids to bed and come out here to the little soundproof room I have. And we just kind of consistency, and I think most importantly just joy of playing music with friends and like-minded people, and we've been able to kind of just keep going with it. And once COVID ended, we started playing live and been going up and down the 401 pretty consistently now for about 2.5 years of shows, so it's been going good.
Nice. And then 2021, the first album, Lost at the Border, came out. Was that all new stuff you'd written for this project, or was any of these songs that might have been left over from Club Thunderbolt?
Thunderbolt. That's okay. Club Thunderbolt. Yeah, it was all new stuff with the exception of maybe one song. The last song on that album, Streetlight Gospel Choir, was kind of a little bit of a hangover song that had been lingering around in my notebook for a while. But all the other ones are new. And yeah, you can kind of like, depends how closely one may pay attention, but as especially now with this new EP we have coming out, like you can start to see like the band is really becoming more of a like all of us collectively putting our spin on all the songs. I think initially, especially during COVID, it was a little harder to do that because we weren't all in the same room very much. Mm-hmm. Like, despite what I said, like there's still some challenges obviously during COVID where we physically couldn't be together every Monday at 9, and let alone the recording process. So like, I'm sure if Granger or Justin were here, like, they would say that recording those records was pretty unique because sometimes they didn't know the songs that well, and Nick and I were already recording the beds,
Nice.
So they would come in and be like, okay, I guess I better figure out what my part's going to be. But there was like, that made it, I think, is why it happened, because we just kind of did it. We didn't like try to overthink it. No pun intended.
then you guys worked with Josh Kaiser as well. He did some of the work for as well in the first.
Yeah, he recorded the first two records. He mixed the first one. He's amazing. Love Josh. One of the best things that came out of this band is just, becoming friends with him. And that's really what this is all about, and meeting people. And Josh is really top of the list for someone that we got to meet and become friends with. And he's super talented. I encourage anyone who's a musician who's listening to this in Windsor to reach out to him and work with him.
Now, there's some. I mean, your vocal style is very distinct. It ties it closely to full white drag stuff, but musically, it's almost. I don't want to say poppy because poppy is not the right word, but it's a lot more melodic. I found maybe not as much effects. Was this a conscious like maturation of your style, or was it just a different sound you wanted to take this project?
Um, That's a good question. I wouldn't say it's really a conscious thing, because I've never really been very good at like intentional songwriting. It's very much like this, it kind of just like appears on the guitar, and the melodies just appear kind of. It's a little bit hard to explain, but
Yeah.
yeah, it's something I think that just kind of evolved with my vocals, where I felt maybe more comfortable. Even with like after Full White Drag ended, we had another band that we tried to do called Missiles with Patchy on drums and Nick Belluli on guitar and Tyson on bass, and Kip was singing, and I was like, I'm not doing any vocals. I'm just playing guitar, at that point. And I was like kind of shying away from vocals. And it was during Club Thunderbolt, there was a little bit of an opportunity maybe for me to start doing a little more vocals. And I started to try different things maybe because it wasn't really meant to be like the lead position. Yeah. And then it just kind of evolved from there, I think. And kind of, I think songwriting wise, yeah, like I think we wanted to try to do like big choruses and kind of have fun with that. And yeah, it's a long answer maybe, but
No, that's
I could
good.
go on, for sure.
I mean, you and Brando's vocals really work well together. You got really distinct styles and vibes but they blend well.
Thank you. Yeah, I think they do. I think we're just getting started really with what we can do together. So we're having a blast in that regard. Justin's so talented. He's a really he can really sing, like he could actually go out and sing the national anthem at a hockey game and it would be good. Whereas if I did it, it wouldn't be good. But together it sounds, it does sound, we kind of like what's going on. And we think we have something a little bit unique with the two of us.
And then 2023, you put out Found in Floods, your follow-up album. And were they songs that were left over from the first album, or was this were these written more with the band?
Oh man, I think no to the first question. They were not really leftover songs. Each group of songs was kind of they were independent of each other. Whether they were written as a band or not, in some cases, yes. In other cases, no. So like some of the songs on the record, we were able to really jam out, but most of them, I would say it was Nick and I kind of like building out structures, then presenting them to Granger and Justin, who were remote at the time. And they would then have to like come up with parts, and then they might have feedback. It was very, challenging. I think not now, like you would never do it that way. Never. Right. It was just a unique time. And we were all like kind of in a spot where we were able to like find time at home, like everyone was, to do what we could. And that's what we were able to come up with. And, so it's a good question though.
And then we've got your new EP, Overthinker, which is out. You guys went to Detroit for this one.
Yeah, we actually went to a studio out to be exact, out about an hour from Detroit in Fenton, Michigan.
Okay.
So out near like Holly, past, for any Windsor, Detroit people, like out past Pine Knob, past Great Lakes Crossing, like up that way. beautiful part of Michigan, I will say. And we were able to connect with a producer named Mark Jacob Hudson, who is an amazing person, very talented guy, and has a beautiful studio called Rancho Recordo up there. And yeah, he has a great setup to go and like kind of turn off all your phones and be away from reality for as long as you want. We went there because we were excited to work with him. He's done some huge records for in the genre that we kind of think we're in, at least, and super talented guy. Came highly recommended. But we had done the first two records that we just talked about in really here in my garage. Like they were done with the amazing talents of Josh Kaiser with his mobile setup, really in our garage, and we're very happy with how it came out. But we were, as COVID kind of passed and we got out to playing shows, we wanted to stretch our legs a little live, and we wanted to get into a real studio and see what that would do for, sonically with the band. And I think, these 4 songs in this EP is just like a monster step up sonically. And that's not to say the first 2 records aren't great, but it's just a different kind of playing field when you're in that type of a room with all that, all that at your fingertips. So it was a pretty special experience.
Yeah, there's a definite sound. I mean, it's not really. There's a certain balls to this one, to this recording.
Yeah. It's like each one kind of stepped up a little, I would say sonically, like, but then if you listen to the first record, like it sounds cool. Like it's a bit of a different vibe, but it fits it too. It's cool. It's just, this is a little bit more of a punch in the face, sonically for sure.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's a great studio, amazing producer, great guy. And we're actually hoping to go back over there, early next year maybe, and do another set of songs. So we feel really good about, that option. We looked around quite a bit, to be honest, that were options to record in like a quote unquote studio with like someone who's done some cool stuff. And it's funny because like there's definitely good options. Like as you work your way up the 401, there's some great options here, like in Windsor too. And we looked at those. But not everyone thinks about Detroit, like there's a lot of great options there.
Absolutely.
So, and there's no issues like crossing the border like you might have if you're going to play a show. Like if you're going over there to record, they welcome it, notwithstanding everything else that's going on. But you're going to pay, a US person to record your band, like they don't have a problem with that. So
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, and Mark Jacob Hudson, I mean, for those that aren't familiar, he worked with bands like Cursive and Against Me. So I mean, he's worked with some pretty big bands. And
yeah, he's got an amazing discography, like huge US bands. And he also, I think, spent quite a few years as like a front of house sound person with huge bands as well, like Bright Eyes and Taking Back Sunday and all these types of big American bands. And he's a fantastic guy. And we were introduced to him through a friend of mine named Joe Phillips, who's in a bunch of bands and was in Few and Far Between. And he's in a band called Touching the Clouds over in Detroit. And yeah, Mark was quick to say that he would work with us. And it went really smoothly, and couldn't be happier. And he's been awesome, big supporter really of us. Always shares our tunes with his followers, and he's always been great to us. So we appreciate it.
so is the plan would be another EP next year, or are you thinking of doing another next full length?
I think right now we kind of went into this EP thinking we do 2 of them, like 2 EPs would be cool. And then if we decide to press it to vinyl, we'd have like A and B sides. That's one idea we're going with. But we've built up a lot of material. Like we are pretty like, we usually have quite a few songs like that we're working on. And we had the benefit before of like, we were basically recording like for 2 or 3 years straight, in a way. And now the EP that's coming out at the end of October here was recorded like over a year ago. We've been sitting on it for a while. We had some things we were trying to sort out with how best to release it. And at the end of the day, it's all been sorted now and it's coming out. So, but it took a while. So we have a lot of songs ready to go. So I don't know what we'll do, but for sure we're ready to do another EP.
Awesome.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you guys have a show coming up soon.
Yes, we do. December 12th, we'll be playing Meteor in support of the legendary Salt of the Chief Cornerstone in their album release party. Just the two bands will be performing on Friday, December 12th. So
It's great.
very excited to be joining them. Ivan, their drummer, has become a good friend of mine, and was honored that he asked us to play. And I think it's going to be a great night for Windsor rock.
Great to see them back.
Yeah, they're such a unique band, super talented, and they're just it's an amazing kind of world that they can take you to, musically. So
absolutely,
I think we want to encourage bands like that to just keep doing it.
Absolutely.
Like, I think a lot of bands, at the end of the day, like rock and roll, it's ebbs and flows and popularity and all these things. But it's like, we're kind of like, when we were younger, maybe it was like there was these older dudes playing, or girls that were playing jazz or something, and like they didn't really care, like if there was 100 people there or 50 people there or 5,000 people there. They were just doing it, and I think with as we kind of grow older, and that's kind of the mentality you have to have. You just kind of do it, and whatever happens, happens. So it's great that a band like that is back together, because
absolutely
the world needs people to being creative and doing creative things, I think.
Absolutely. Well, thank you very much for taking some time out and chatting with us. And
pleasure.
We'll have to have you guys back again next year when the new album's ready, the new EP's ready.
Yeah, that'd be great, man. Thank you so much. I appreciate what you guys are doing. It's awesome to have your support, and there's so many great bands in Windsor, man. So it's awesome that you guys are trying to put a spotlight on them. So thank you for that, man. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Welcome back to the Windsor Scene, the podcast. You guys just heard Overthinker by Huron Lines. I want to thank Jamie and the band as well for that interview. Like I said, or like Jamie was saying, excuse me, earlier, this was the last minute edition, so we could get it in before their show on Friday. Make sure you go check it out at Meteor. That's Friday, December the 12th, with South of the
Yes.
Chief Cornerstone.
Yeah, it's gonna be a banger of a show.
Banger alert.
So now we haven't discussed who we have headlining this episode. And I just really want to take a moment to explain to David Zelko that I'm not sorry that it took so long for us to get this episode out. We had recorded it quite a while ago, but we were saving it. We wanted to save John for our season finale. We felt he was deserving of such a special role. He is just such a delicate heavyweight, and I just as soon as I first met him when he first emerged on the scene, he just showed up kind of guns blazing and proved his worth here. And I'm just so happy and honored to call him a friend. And I'm gonna hand it over to Jamie to really
Yeah,
introduce it.
yeah, he's been a quiet force. I like what you said, a delicate heavyweight.
I was just thinking that. It sounds awesome. That's the perfect way to
Yeah,
describe it.
That's the only
yeah,
way I could think to describe him. I'm like, the words don't really go together, but if you put him that way,
yeah,
like that's who he is. And
Hey,
he's
yo,
yeah,
so
float
like
like a
literally
butterfly.
humble about it. Like humble
yeah.
John. It's very suitable.
It's a crushing performance to see live. They're so good.
Hmm.
And he's been a part of so many great projects over the years with Better Weather, Wanderlust Club, which became Thick, and just various other things he's just jammed with. He's been a real force on the local scene in the last 15 years, and it was nice to pick his brain.
So let's get to it.
Let's get
Here,
to it.
let's get to it. David John Zelko, guys, here on the Windsor Scene, the podcast.
Let's get to it.
All right, welcome back to the Windsor Scene. Today's guest is someone who has been quietly and not so quietly making waves across the city with his guitar in hand and a notebook full of poetry, making waves for all of us to soulfully enjoy. Our guest today is David John Zelko. Thank you for being with us.
Thank you for having me. It's been a while since this is the Windsor Scene podcast, right?
Yes.
It's been a while since I've done one of these things. So it's thank you for having me, and hopefully I'm not too awkward for you guys.
Yeah.
I,
Oh,
th I
that's all
think we
right.
all bring the awkward a little bit,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
don't worry,
That's
you're
good.
with
Yeah.
the right company.
I think the
Okay.
socially awkward podcast. I think that name was taken, so we settled on the Windsor Scene.
Windsor Scene.
Yeah.
I could dig it.
So one of the reasons we wanted to have you on here is because I really feel like you're one of the most prolific and maybe not in volume, but definitely in style and substance of the last 10 years. I mean, you've managed to fluidly create songs that are relevant in any genre and in any time. And I think you've finally kind of found a really great voice. And I think we wanted to amplify that.
Well, I really appreciate those kind words. I mean, I'm trying to think even how long I've been in the music scene for. I think I'm going on 15 years now.
That's wild.
Yeah, it's crazy. And I mean, for the most part, doing all the I listen to such a vast different type, like I listen to so many different types of music that's just like whenever I get bored, I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna try and write a couple songs like this. I just write shit that I like.
Yeah.
And it just always turns out to be different every single time. But I'm definitely in a comfortable spot now, being in Humble John.
Nice. So, Beijing Bike Club, was that your first foray into the music scene, of the local music scene playing?
Yeah, so Beijing Bike Club was the first band. it was me and three of like my really good friends from high school.
Yeah.
And so the first band I was ever in was actually, I don't know if anybody really knows this or not, but it was EVL.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, so I was in EVL for a bit. I was their bass player, and that's what got me. We played a couple Battle of the Bands with them, and then me and like I said, my high school friends, we started Beijing Bike Club after that,
Nice.
and started playing all those like Supernova, Battle of the Bands, winners get free recording time stuff.
Yeah.
And it was a whole lot of fun, and then that's really what got me into just into the flow of like trying to get my foot in the door to play original music for people, because like I was never really much into covering other people's songs and like being in a cover band and stuff like that. It's just not my feng shui. So I've always wanted to do songwriting and just like express myself, because I got a lot of stuff I just want to be able to pour out. And
Do you remember what some of the first bands that you saw playing out there that made you kind of go, "Oh, we can definitely do this. We can bring our stuff up too"?
oh geez, I think the first local band that I can remember is Assassinate the Following.
Nice.
I think that was the first one. We knew Brandon White because he was dating one of our friends from school. So we all went to that, and just like, I mean, I'm nowhere near the caliber of a guitar player as those guys were. Those guys were fucking insane. But it was really inspiring, just like seeing how much energy they portrayed onto the audience, and how much the audience just portrayed that energy right back. And it was such a good feeling that it made me want to do it even more and more.
Nice. And then did you leave Beijing Bike Club? Because you weren't there to the end of that band, were you? Or you?
So pretty much what happened was, I think it just like sort of started like just getting stale.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how I felt at least. And then I started a different project because I was starting to get more, I was listening to a lot of Bright Eyes and a lot of like old indie folk and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I was sort of falling out of like more of the poppy rock that we were doing with Beijing Bike Club. So I started my own project like on the side. And then they started their own project as well. And it was just like, you grow with times, right? And you change things, and then we just never started playing together again.
And then that project became Better Weather.
Better Weather is that's what that became pretty much. And I did Better Weather. I want to say we were around for at least 4 or 5 years.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah. And how'd you put that band together after?
Kijiji.
Really?
Yeah. So I was writing all these songs, and I was looking for people who wanted to do like-minded stuff. Like I was really starting to get into like psychedelic music and shoegaze and like Euro rock and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I made a post, and I was looking for a bass player and a drummer. I was just going to try and do a 3-piece. And my bass player, which was Ryan Lewis, his dad messaged me on Kijiji, which was Mitch Lewis. He used to be a substitute teacher, and he was like a local music legend around here. And he messaged me on Kijiji. He's just like, "I'm going to get you in contact with my son, and you guys should jam together. I really dig your vibe." I'm like, this is literally just from a Kijiji message. I'm like, okay, bro. Like, I had no idea who Mitch was. I mean, I was just getting into the scene, so
yeah,
I had no idea. So then me and him got together and hung out, and we hit it off, and it went really well. So then I looked for a drummer, and again, like a couple days later, this has to be like, I want to say this was around like 2011, 2010, 2011. So like Kijiji was where to go for bandmates at that time. And I was using that a lot. And for the most part, it didn't work out. But when it did, we got a good band out of it. So then we had Joe Maria, who was our drummer. And then he used to be in a band called My Son, My Son.
Okay.
Yeah,
Briefly, yeah.
And then we started jamming together, and we completely threw out all the songs that I wrote and just started from scratch. And came up with our own unique sound, which you can find them on Better Weather Bandcamp.
Right.
and or betterweather.bandcamp.com, I think it's called. And then we added Kyle, and he was the guitar player from My Son. So we played together as that 4-piece for probably about a year or two. And then I moved away to Calgary, like just on a whim. And I stayed out there for about a year. And then when I came back, Kyle was expecting a baby, so he wasn't down to clown. And we ended up getting Joe's brother, Anthony. And we continued on for like another 3 years after that. And that's when we came out with the second set of songs, or the second record after that.
Yeah.
Which I'm not even sure, actually. I don't even know if that ever released or not, now that I think about it. But the first album did, and it was pretty sweet.
It was pretty sweet.
Well, here's something from that record now. Why don't we share a little bit of music from it?
Sweet.
And enjoy. Okay, we're back. Thanks. We just heard some better weather for you guys. We're here in the studio with John Zelko. Welcome again.
Thank you.
So, John, we're talking about these different projects that you started in and all these different little collaborations.
Yep.
What draws you to these types of collaborative projects?
Well, for the most part, I just like creating. I like creating new things. And I always find myself overthinking a lot, probably from my anxiety and my deep, deep depression, which is what most of the Humble John songs come from. But no, just like I like to use creativity as like an outlet to distract myself. So like I love cooking, I love drawing, I love just like anything creative I can just really get into. So some of the best ways to curate creativity is just by working with other people and just like bouncing ideas off of them. And that was like one of my favorite parts about music, was like taking an idea you have and then bringing it to somebody else and then realizing that your idea could have been so much better
Absolutely.
through somebody else's thoughts.
Because now we were just talking before about Better Weather, and then after that, is that when the Wanderlust Club started?
Yeah. So
Okay,
yeah.
so that's kind of where I was getting with the collaborative aspect of things, because that was like a super sexy super group.
There was a super group. So basically how Wanderlust Club came together was so Better Weather was jamming a lot with the Brandy Alexanders, which were known as the Takers and Leavers at that time. And I actually covered, I think, 1 or 2 gigs with them as well. And like just really got close with those guys and got really close with Derek, he was their drummer at the time. And I was talking to him about how I wanted to start this project that was like super sexy and sleek, like janky and like slow groove, a little bit of R&B, like Mac DeMarco vibes. And I told him the bold statement that I wanted to have a project with no guitar in it. I wanted to do piano, bass, and drums. So me and Derek got together one day and like smoked a couple joints, had some drinks, and we ended up writing like 8 song ideas in one day. And that was the beginning of the Wanderlust Club.
That's some chemistry right there.
Yeah,
when it happens easily, that fluidly.
It was literally insane. We were just bouncing ideas off of each other. So then we tried it as a 3-piece, and it felt really empty, mostly because I can't play a piano to save my life. But I wanted to think that I could. All right.
I love you. Happy birthday. I hope you got my letter. I thought I
we added Andrew Isles, who is just like the savant of Windsor. Like that guy, everything he touches is gold. And it started sounding a lot more full. Well, then we started adding more members to a point where I think the most we had in the band was 12.
Nice.
There's 12 of us in the band. Yeah, Unquiet Dead vibes. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Just like a whole bunch of sweaty, sexy men on stage.
Yeah. They
Just
sure were.
belting it out. We had the Bishop boys, like Austin and Sebastian from Coffee House Combo. Charles from Posh Toboggan. He was in the band for a long time. We were just like basically like a commune.
Yeah.
Just like a commune of sluts. Pretty
Yeah.
much.
Sexual
That's probably the
friends,
best
maybe?
way to put that.
So how did that morph into Thick? Or was
So, Wanderlust Club, we took a break for a while. After the first record, we took a little bit of a break, and we realized, I think it was during COVID, we realized that the Wanderlust Club was a travel agency name. So we didn't want to do like copyright infringement or anything. So we decided to come up with a new idea, and like me, Andrew, and Derek were all just bouncing ideas off of each other, and then out of nowhere, we just like, I forget who said, one of us said Thick with 2 C's, because that was the trend at the time.
Yeah.
And everybody else was just like, yep, that's it.
Yeah.
And it just stuck.
Yeah.
And we've been thick ever since.
Thick as thieves.
Thick as thieves.
Another Windsor band.
Another Windsor band, yeah. But we kind of changed the sound between the first record and the second record. And when we became Thick was when we had like the big 12-man band aspect, and we were more like funk and R&B.
Is
And
that when you guys did the Unplugged on Peely Island? Or were you still Wanderlust Clubland?
We were still Wanderlust Club at that time.
Sorry,
But I think there was 8 of us.
Nice.
Yeah, that was a time.
There's
I love those festivals. They're wild.
They sure are.
Once you start playing with bands that size, you almost start to think, how can I possibly go back down to a smaller band? Because you start to realize all the different sounds that can get added and layers that get added, that you start getting a bit spoiled by it.
Well, the thing was, like, we sounded really good as a 5-piece and a like 5 or 6-piece, but Derek just kept on adding more instruments to the recordings, so we had to fill them in.
Yeah.
But like after playing with a horn section for so long, it was so hard for me to ever want to start a project again and not have a horn section.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things I miss for sure, because I love horns. I can't play them to save my life, but I just love how they sound.
That's amazing. Yeah, for sure.
We have a lot of live videos from Wanderlust Club, but we also had we did the COVID.
All the people.
All the people, yeah. The stay-at-home edition.
Yeah,
that was fun.
That's a good little song.
All the people are catching up to nothing. All the people are going up to nowhere. All the people getting crazy at the same time. All the people going crazy at the same time. All the people are catching up to nothing. All the people are going up to nowhere. All the people getting crazy at the same time. All the people going crazy at the same time. I don't feel it. Nothing's gonna get me out of bed. I'd rather take my head from off my shoulders. Give it something worthy of a modern man. And I am here to mess around. Yeah. I'm just trying to pick myself right off of the ground. All the people are
It's left and right and center. I'm feeling so naked. I get myself, I'm feeling groovy now. Make mistakes to drive them out of town. I can't feel no worse than I do now. When the ladies all look at me, well, they got a frown. I know that I hurt them when I lead this kind of life. This life, this life, this life, this life.
All the people are catching up to nothing. All the people are going up to nowhere. All the people getting crazy at the same time. All the people going crazy at the same time. All the people are catching up to nothing. All the people are going up to nowhere. All the people getting crazy at the same time. All the people going crazy at the same time. All the people are catching up to nothing. All the people are going up to nowhere. All the people getting crazy at the same time. All the people going crazy at the same time. All the people are catching up to nothing. All the people are going up to nowhere. All the people getting crazy at the same time. All the people going crazy at the same time. All the people are catching up to nothing. All the people are going up to nowhere. All the people getting crazy at the same time. All the people going crazy at the same time. All the people are catching up to nothing. All the people are going up to nowhere. All the people getting crazy at the same time. All the people going crazy at the same time. All the people are catching up to nothing. All the people are going up to nowhere. All the people getting crazy at the same time. All the people going crazy at the same time.
Yeah, it's catchy. I didn't write that. I didn't write that. That was all Andrew. For the most part, for the first record, I wrote a lot of the songs for the first records, Expectations.
Yeah.
And then Andrew wrote a lot of the songs for Wonderfunk, which was our second record.
Nice. Nice. So who's
So,
gonna
Al-
write the third one?
If there ever is a third one, I don't know. We haven't even talked about considering even playing ever again. It's been years.
Yeah.
I would love to, but there's so many people that we'd have to get in agreement with.
a lot of
Yeah.
moving parts that
Once
you
the
need
A lot
to.
of
herd-
moving parts
once
in
the
order
herd
to
gets
make
out
it
of the
work.
pen, it's tough to wrangle them all back in.
So,
No, for sure.
at what point after Thick did you decide to start writing your own music and just going solo and doing the whole solo thing?
So during COVID, I wasn't really working. I was staying at home. Plus, I was like starting to have my son full time because I was a single dad at the time. I started having my son full time, so like it was just me and my son at the house all day, and I was just like trying to find something to do because like you can't go anywhere, you can't bring him anywhere. So I was just starting to pick up the guitar a lot more, and I wasn't able to jam with anybody. So I would just like sit and write songs by myself. And during that, I was just like, you know what? I'm starting to get to a point where like the songs were just pouring out, pouring out, pouring out. I was like, what? Like, I shouldn't be waiting to see if I can put this together with other people. I'm just going to try and do this myself. And that's where Humble John started.
Your satanic lover under white sheets in your bed. You close your eyes to feel the words she said. slowly turn to new regrets. You speak of peace with violence in your head. Your love is gone, sneaking out your bed, love with another man. Oh, love is a second chance. Slow swings of your medicine, you drink while feeling down. A vice you cannot seem to live without. Broken, beaten, she's defeated while you are around. She packs her bags and heads for solid ground. Your love is gone, sneaking out your bed, in love with another man. Oh, love is a second chance. Your love is gone, sneaking out your bed, in love with another man. Oh, love is a second chance. Oh, love is a second chance. Oh, love is a second chance. Oh, love is a second chance.
So that's where Humble John started, and then once COVID got out, I fell into my old ways again, and I wanted to put a band together for it. Actually, my drummer, me and him were working on another project, which I won't bring up because it never came to fruition or anything, which is a bummer because I wish it did. But he was like, we should take these Humble John songs and like bring them to the stage. I was like, all right, yeah, let's try and put it together. So like I was hosting open mic at the time once COVID started like slowing down, and I ran into then known as Melody Grace, now known as Willowbrook. And they were coming out every Monday, and I found out that they played piano. So I was like, hey, like long shot in the dark, you want to come play piano for Humble John? And they were like, oh my God, yeah, like duh, yeah, let's do this.
Yeah.
And then my buddy Graham, he used to, so I guess between this, I had Thrill Smith too, which I only ever recorded one song for that. But that was like a slow groove R&B project as well. That was like me trying to relive Wanderlust Club, but wasn't able to bring it fully into fruition. So Graham was my bass player. So then I was just like, well, I'll just bring you into this, because he was more into folk music anyways.
Yeah.
So then we just started jamming, and then like it was like I was like dead set, like this is a solo project. I'm gonna like run the reins. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that, and then it just solely turned into like a family band pretty much. Now we're all good friends and working on all the stuff together, and it doesn't really feel like a solo project anymore.
It definitely,
find-
when I saw you last time, you guys reminded me of Willie Nelson, the family band.
Yeah,
Saying
sweet. Oh, I love that.
just
That's
that
great.
whole fluidity of it's just that they're like a family band just jamming together, and you just happen to have people watching you do it.
Yeah, and that's the whole vibe too. That like we go up there and we just want to have fun.
I've got no one to thank. Did this all by myself, living in a world of pretend. figured it's better that way as reality ends. My old kingdom of shit, I'll never tire of it. Wasted and covered in piss. The morning will leave me like death, and I'm sick of this. Caught in a memory, it got the best of me. Women and nights that don't end. My soul lit like a fire. Cocaine and lust desires would keep on filling my head. I'm caught in a cigarette drag, and I'm better off dead. Never thought it'd be true, but you have saved my life. I thank your mother for that. Without you right here in my life, I would have never come back. We're making memories, you have the best in me. My son, I promise you that. My soul is like a fire, your love's all I desire. Living life with no regrets. We're making memories, you have the best in me. My son, I promise you that. My soul is like a fire, your love's all I desire. Living life with no regrets. I'm no longer caught in a drag, and I'm not going back. I'm no longer caught in a drag, and I'm not going back.
The funny thing is, like, a lot of the lyrics for those songs are incredibly morbid, but like,
Yeah.
you back them up with some janky, sweet country guitar, and it
Yeah.
just turns into a thing.
You're like Muppet singing Nick Cave.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. I do eventually want to add a little more, like add some more members to the family. Like we had a pedal steel player for a while. And I would like to personally add another guitar down the road and somebody to sing some more backups, because, you know, 2 backup singers isn't enough. You need to have at least 3 in order for it to fill in that empty void.
Yeah.
But those are dreams that can hopefully one day be achieved. So anybody out there, if you think you got what it takes, just shoot me a message.
Well, oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
No, go ahead. You go.
No, you go ahead.
Canadian standoff. So we're just about done here, and I got a few last minute words of wisdom that I'm hoping that you can have to share. What do you hope people take away when they hear your music?
I want people to know that, like, even if you're hurting and even if you're in like a dark headspace, take it from me, your resident sad cowboy. Everything's gonna be okay. There is a light at the end of the tunnel. You just gotta walk your way towards it.
Beautiful.
That's a little dark, but that's it wouldn't be a Humble John ending but it'd say at least one little morbid thing at the end.
On that note, we're gonna do the speed round.
Speed round.
I don't. Oh, a speed round. Let's see if I can pull one
Rapid
up.
fire.
Rapid fire. Let me.
Is it like one word answers?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to give you some questions, and you're going to answer them as fast as you can.
Oh, geez. Okay, just let me just hit the Benjamin real quick.
All right. You call it a Benjamin?
That's what the hip kids are calling it these days. That's what I was told, at least.
Oh. Okay, so we got a rapid fire round for you. We're here with David
Okay.
John Zelko.
Shoot.
First question, first instrument you ever played?
Guitar.
Last song you listened to?
Oh my God. July Hymn by the Decemberists.
Vinyl, cassette, CD, or streaming?
Vinyl.
Dead or Alive, dream collaboration?
Ooh. That's hard. Dead or Alive dream collaboration. I gotta skip that. I can't even come up with anything for
Maybe
that.
maybe we'll come back to it.
Maybe we'll come back to that.
Favorite local Windsor venue you've ever played?
The Rondo.
Oh, nice. That was unexpected, I'm not gonna lie.
That was fun.
One song you wish you wrote?
One song I wish I wrote. I wish Stevie Wonder.
Guilty pleasure artist?
Guilty pleasure artist. Wham.
Windsor pizza or shawarma?
Pizza.
Are you an early bird or a night owl?
I have to be an early bird for work, but I am definitely a night owl.
What's the weirdest gig you've ever played?
Weirdest gig. I had to play a family party for a family I didn't even know. They just met me at a gravy train, and it was actually pretty humbling. It was nice, but it was kind of weird.
The gravy train was a unique experience all in its own.
It was a unique experience
yeah.
because I didn't know anybody there, and I'm incredibly socially awkward. So,
so it's perfect.
Yeah. So just throw me in, I guess.
Okay, so if your music were a movie, what genre would it be?
Almost depends which band.
Yeah, it really depends on the band. For Humble John, I'd say like Western romantic.
Okay, one word you would use to describe the Windsor scene.
Oh, see, now I just don't want to sound like a dick. But it's a hot pot.
And who would you say is our most underrated Windsor artist right now?
Posh Toboggan. Those guys are awesome. They slap it.
And with your art and your work, what is the favorite lyric you've ever written?
Favorite lyric I ever written? That's a tough one because there's a lot of lyrics. I really can't think about that right now. That's
a tough one.
It's really tough.
So, dream collaboration, dead or alive?
Dream collaboration. I would love to hear. See, most of the collaborations that I would really enjoy are pretty much alive still, but I would love to hear Hendrix and Wonder. Jimi Hendrix, Stevie Wonder.
And you would collaborate with them, or is that just them working together without you?
That would be a great. If I could join in on that, that'd be awesome. I would just love to collaborate with Stevie Wonder in general. He's definitely one of my favorite artists of all time. So,
all right. Well, that's all the questions I got for you. You almost got a perfect score.
Almost. Just
almost.
That close. Best score I ever got in my life.
If you remembered the lyrics that you wrote.
I know.
No, it's all good.
Maybe if I had a couple shots of whiskey, I'd be able to remember them.
They're like kids. You love them all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even
exactly.
even the bad ones.
John, thank you so much. It's been a pleasure getting to know all about your musical career here in Windsor. You've been in some absolute staples that I've seen on the stages around this town, and it's so great to see that you're still out there hustling.
Every day I'm hustling. I really appreciate you guys for letting me be on this show. Thank you, and I hope to come back again sometime.
Absolutely. Once the new Humble John record's ready, we'll have the whole band on. You guys can talk about the new baby.
I'm looking forward to that.
All right.
We'll keep you guys in touch.
All right.
Wait. All right. Take care, everyone.
All right. Ciao.
Bye.
Aeroplanes or cars could help get me there.
All right, guys, you just heard Humble John, boats, trains, and aeroplanes. And let's just be frank here. We really did save one of the best for last. It really is an honor to have him on the final episode of season 1. That's right, final episode of season 1. And yeah, that was Mr. Humble John, Mr. David Zelko.
If you've never had a chance to see them live, they they are just a force. Um, and
To be
yeah,
reckoned with.
yes, and it really was a great honor to have him as the final guest for the season, and we hope everyone out there has learned a lot this year, not just about John Zelko and Huron Lines, but all the bands we focused on from various levels. And it's been a real honor to go on this trip with you guys. So
I've learned so much about being a musician. Even though I'm not a musician, I'm just so proud to be a part of the magic that is the Windsor music scene. Like these past 14 episodes have just brought me on such a wild journey, like touring stories, recording stories, all of it. I'm so thankful to each and every one of you that are a part of it as well. So thank you for listening and thank you for making the music, all of you.
Yeah, thank everybody out in podcast land for sticking with us. And we really did pull back the curtain quite a bit on some levels, right? To like strip back and show you what it really does take to get for these people to get where they have been on some level,
The
which is kind
struggle
of
is
nice.
real.
The struggle
yeah,
is real, but it is real in the sense that if you want to do it, you can do it too.
And it pays
yes,
off, it can pay off.
Yeah, art is
yeah.
great. Art is good. Do art.
Art is the shit.
But not like the poo poo stinky shit, like the fucking the shit, like
The
like
shiznit.
like D Shiznit. Yeah,
Yeah.
Malibu's most wanted, baby. Cacao.
All right. So bands, musicians, we haven't forgotten about you. We just have so many on this list, and feel free to
So
reach
much.
out to us on social media. Uh, we'd love to know about your shows. We try to promote every show we can, but it's tough. We miss them sometimes. So keep pointing us in the direction. Invite us to your shows, and we will get the promotion out there.
Yeah, even if we're not doing an episode about your show or with your band, but you have a show coming up, feel free to shoot us like the poster or like the show event, and we
We
can
share
share
that
that.
shit.
Yeah, we'll share that to our personal pages or our or even like the podcast page.
Yeah.
We always like to have some content to throw up there. If you have like a promo video for your band, maybe we can post something like that too to spread some awareness.
And to the listeners too, if there's bands that you want to hear on the show, always don't be afraid to reach out and ask us because it is always just a simple fact of
What?
us asking, and maybe we can make that happen for you.
Because the one thing is that neither one of the three of us knows everything and everyone in this amazing music scene. And part of the reason we all started this was to find out as many new people as we could. And we learned a lot of great new stuff that we haven't heard, despite being members of the scene for the past 20, 30 years. And we're only going to discover more and take you on this journey with us.
Thanks for listening, guys.
And we will see you in the new year, 2026, for season 2
It's coming, baby.
of the
Stay tuned.
Windsor Scene.
The podcast.
Yeah.
Holy.
Hey guys, my internet dropped out, but I'm back. Guys? Guys?